Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Fallout 4. Tonight we're going to be having a late night update on the next gen update that's releasing tomorrow, April 25th for me, or today for many of you that are likely watching this. But before we get into that, as always, if you're new here, please consider subscribing as we're pushing for 500 subs. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. As always, it's great to see you. And I hope you enjoy the video today. As I'm sure all of you know, though, the Fallout TV series just had an incredible release, and with that success is coming a large lineup of Fallout news and updates. So before we go further, though, I personally want to congratulate Bethesda on hitting 5 million players across the Fallout games following the TV show's success, and welcome all the new players. If you're new to the series, then this video, it's going to benefit you. Lastly, I do want to mention when you're done watching this video, I'll likely be live over on my Twitch channel between the hours of 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. With it being a Thursday, that's not normal. Normally, my live stream times are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. But with that being said, you should come over, hang out, let's talk Fallout, let's talk about the update, let's see what's going on with it. But enough of that. Without further ado, let's get into the Fallout 4 Next Gen Update discussion. Alright guys, so now that we've got that opener out of the way, officially welcome to the video. For everybody that's still here, we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes, and I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I know you're super excited to learn about this update. Now, I want to immediately say in this section, if you're on console, I'm going to put a timestamp so you guys know where to jump to right now. So you can just jump right there to it immediately and you don't have to listen or watch the PC section. The PC versions that we'll be discussing or that will be receiving this update is all of them. So Steam, GOG, Microsoft Game Store. You guys are all getting updates. Our big thing that we're going to be getting is optimization updates, or stability updates, which is long past due. It is so long past due. I don't even know where to begin with that rant. We're not even going to go down that path. If you've played this game on PC, you know it's way past due. And I mean, I've never really complained about it because, hey, at least the game launches. I still to this day cannot I played 105, 110 hours of Fallout 3 on Steam, worked perfectly fine. Upgraded my graphics card. Now the game won't launch. Cannot get Fallout 3 to launch, save my life. So if this is just going to make the experience even better and smoother, I'm all for it. So that's exciting. Secondly, ultra wide and widescreen monitor support. So that should be nice. I'm assuming it's going to be either a setting that's in game or it will just automatically recognize what you're plugged up to. We'll find out when the update comes out, I suppose. But either way, that support and to know that that's coming, that's really nice. The other big thing for in-game that I think is incredible that they're doing is they're updating quests. And my assumption with that is preventing them from breaking. This ties back to the stability updates and stuff like that for me with the PC version as well as console versions. And we'll talk about that when we get to like the PlayStation specifically, but quest being broken in Fallout is not like an unknown thing. I mean, the community, vents about it on the subreddit all the time. When I'm on there, I always see somebody new talking about, hey, I'm doing this quest line. Why isn't this person appearing? We're doing a playthrough on Xbox Series X right now on the YouTube channel, and I've literally had times where I've found locations, either exploring or doing a quest, and people comment on the video and go, that's weird. This such and such person didn't spawn there. Where are they at? Just things like that. And it's stuff that I never did when I was playing it on PC. So I didn't know there was supposed to be an NPC in these areas. So I'm hoping this update will fix those things. So we have that to look forward to. And there's only really one way to know, and that's by downloading the patch and diving into it and trying it out. Now, lastly, the next big thing, and this is why I separated PC from the consoles, because you guys that like to mod, you guys are getting the creation kit updated. So I'm not a modder. I install them through like Vortex. That's pretty much the extent of my modding knowledge. Vortex manages all my stuff, and because I'm new to it, I've never really gotten into it until very recently, which makes me sad that this update's probably going to break those mods, which we'll talk about shortly. But if you like to mod, I'm assuming that's what this is, this creation kit. So that's something fun and exciting to look into. And last and certainly not least, which I think is the coolest part in terms of the just general software part of the update, is Steam Deck is now getting, or Fallout 4 is getting verified for the Steam Deck through Steam, obviously. So I'm very, very excited for those of you that like to play on the go or were thinking and debating on getting a Steam Deck, but maybe have held off because, like, for example, me, this is one of the games I would want it for. It's very exciting. I think it's a great opportunity for Bethesda to make more money because they do like to resell games. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to get some more Fallout sales. So those are the big software-based parts of the update, and we're going to get into the actual content once we go over the console stuff. So if you just want to skip to that and not listen to the console stuff, go to the timestamp on the screen now. Now, console players, this section's for you, and this is going to basically cover across the board PlayStation and Xbox, but this update, I would say, in terms of functionality, stability, overall support, I really think this update's going to benefit you guys the most. The reason why I think that is, especially for the people that are new coming in this game unknowing, Fallout 4 specifically has a history of stability issues, especially for those of you that are on PlayStation. I mean, I've seen the game break as early as, the Vault 114 area rescuing Nick Valentine. I've seen all kinds of different stuff, so I'm really hoping the stability fixes that are coming in, the login fixes that are coming, and the quest fixes that are coming are actually going to work. And like I said, I think this will predominantly benefit the PlayStation 4 people. However, I'm playing the game right now on the Xbox Series X, and one thing that I've had an issue with, had a goal of 100%ing Fallout 4, like from start to finish, doing everything. We're doing like a huge Fallout 4 playthrough right now. And I don't want to say everything, but I'm done a lot. The issue I'm having with the Xbox variation of the game is whenever I hit a certain point, I've unlocked 40 of the achievements, and then I hit level 50, and then my game like desynced from the Xbox cloud, and I quit earning achievements. And then today, during my live stream, for you guys, it'll be yesterday, during my live stream, I hit level 65 and just randomly got the achievement for hitting level 50. But then all the quests that I completed after hitting level 50, I still haven't got the credit for completing those quests in the achievement log, which that might be a Microsoft server-side issue, not the game. But either way, it's still really frustrating. So maybe that'll get fixed with this update. Not holding my breath, though. But I think the big thing, though, is like the actual quest. The actual quest being broken, like that Nick Valentine quest and stuff. I'm hoping things like that will get fixed. These are issues that have been in this game since it came out. And I was a day one Fallout 4 player because I love Fallout. Even though my channel is newer, I'm a longtime fan of Fallout. So that's why I think personally, the console people that predominantly play console, you guys are going to benefit the most. What's super, super cool about this is if you're a PlayStation 5 person or an Xbox Series X or S player, you'll really benefit because Bethesda has come out and confirmed themselves that those versions of the game will actually be getting basically an upgrade to where if you own it on the Xbox or the PlayStation Store as the PS4 or the Xbox One version like I do, it'll be updated to where you can download the Series S or Series X version, supported version. So I'm really excited about that because that means 60 frames per second, higher resolution, and stability. So that's why I truly think it's going to be a better experience overall for the people on console in terms of what they're getting just under the hood performance-wise with this game. So you guys have that to look forward to. Now, I think this part is the part of the video that everybody was looking forward to more than anything, rather than just the, performance and things that we obviously knew that were coming, but of course we needed to talk about them. And that's going to be actual new content. We're going to be getting a new patch or a new storyline or quest line called the Enclave Remnants. And what this part of the update does is it brings back the Enclave into the wasteland of Fallout 4, the Commonwealth. And if you ask me, this part of the update has been so far overdue. This should have been something included in the season pass. The Enclave was a huge part of Fallout 3. It was a very big part of Fallout New Vegas as well. I mean, and especially Fallout 1 and 2. While I didn't play those, the Enclave was a huge part of those games. And I know a lot of people that are fans of those are really upset because they kind of like left the Enclave on the back burner. So I'm super excited about this. I don't know that I would hold my breath on terms of expectation of depth or length of this add-on. They are considering it a new storyline. However, verbatim, their patch notes on Steam say, in this new quest, there's a lot of speculation from that statement that it's going to be like a single quest line. So if it's something that just adds like an extra hour of gameplay, don't really be surprised about that. But the fact that we're still getting it is really nice. And I will say there are mods to add the Enclave stuff to the game if those mod authors update it to be supported with this patch. And we'll talk about that in a second too. But the description, though, specifically says you'll be working towards fighting the Enclave and fighting the spread of their dangerous ideology and preventing them from gaining a foothold in the Commonwealth within this quest line, Echoes of the Past. So I'm not really going to sit here and speculate. I guess I'll know whenever I'm playing the update because I think I'm at a good point. I'm level 65. I think we're at a good point in our playthrough of Nuka World that I could probably veer off, check this quest out while we're streaming in the morning if I don't have to do any kind of like prerequisites to trigger it. Now, as far as actual content outside of quest, we're going to be looking at getting previously released Creation Club content. Now, for those of you that don't know or new to the franchise, Bethesda implemented something in it well after its release called the Creation Club, and basically it was an opportunity for creation people or people that make mods to monetize it, to be sold like in the game store, and then like a percentage of that sale would like go to the creator. So they are adding new items and their Enclave theme. So the Enclave weapon skins, Enclave armor skins, Tesla cannon, Hellfire power armor, Exo 2 power armor, and the heavy incinerator. And then other items include workshop items and the Enclave Colonel uniform. So I think that's pretty cool that we're going to be getting, some of that stuff that's Enclave themed, especially considering like they kind of left the Enclave on the back burner. I think it's cool that they're showing it a little bit of love with this update. The other thing which I think in this update I'm the most excited for in terms of like in-game content would be this next pack. It's called the Makeshift Weapon Pack. The name is pretty self-explanatory. I believe, in my opinion, this is going to be the most creative part of the update that we're going to see. Weapons are all the weapons in this pack are unconventionally combined together to create new weapons. So the image from the patch notes, and I'll put it up on the screen here for you guys. It's shown that the sole survivor is holding a Fat Man, and it's launching a piggy bank rather than a mini nuke. So that's kind of a cool concept. And then some of the other weapons mentioned in it are the baseball launcher and the nail gun. So that sounds pretty cool. And the nail gun and some of the promotional stuff that they've shown, like in some news articles and stuff, looks super cool. And then we have the Halloween workshop. That's going to include 38 new Halloween items left over from an ill-fated party from before the bombs fell. The patch notes include that this party was specifically thrown by the Technocrat Society, and that the decorations included will be witches, cauldrons, ghouls, and more. So there should be some pretty fun stuff to look forward to in those items. And again, those items are coming across the board to console as well as PC players alike. So you guys should, be getting quite a bit of new stuff. All right. All of that sounds super awesome, and I'm really excited about it all, but this is the part of the video where we do have to talk about the pros of this update and the cons, because as much as we don't want to necessarily admit it, or I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, there's both of those things to this update. I try to be a positive person, so I think what I'm going to do is start with the cons to get those out of the way, and then we're going to discuss the positive thoughts that I have on it to end the video, because I want to leave it on a good note, because overall I am very excited, but there's a few things that I personally want to share my thoughts on that are honestly just constructive criticism thoughts. The big thing that's standing out to me about this update is the thing that always happens with Bethesda games. And again, I'm new to modding. I'm just getting into it. Even though I've always played Fallout on PC, I've always played vanilla. Recently, before Bethesda made this announcement, I installed about 100 mods, several of them ranging from 2017 all the way up to this past month, where the authors have posted updates and patches. Those older mods, or even some of the newer ones, they're absolutely going to break. We've seen this with other games like Skyrim. Those authors, they either don't mod anymore, or they've moved on to other games, or they just don't have the time. And I'm really nervous that what we're going to see tomorrow is a lot of that with pre-existing projects on Fallout 4. I think a great example of that is the Fallout London mod that was literally going to launch, I think, today. Actually, the 24th, or the 23rd or the 24th, and Bethesda never communicated, which they don't really have to communicate with a modding team because it's not their game. So Bethesda doesn't really owe that to them, but considering these modders, these people that make these games, are enhancing the game and adding life to it and rejuvenating the experience for long-term players, you would feel like they would communicate or make sure that things were compatible, so these issues were not going to happen. And because this is occurring, the people over the project Fallout London mod, they've already come out and they've delayed it indefinitely again, because they don't want it to launch broken. They want it to be a great experience. They're treating this in a very professional manner, and I think that's incredible. However, there are other instances of other projects that it won't be that smooth. There's the Project Mojave, which basically gives us Fallout New Vegas in the Fallout 4 engine. And then there's the Project Capital Wasteland. Their goal and their objective is to remake all of Fallout 3 and put it into Fallout 4. And they've already finished up the Point Lookout expansion, and I actually added that one, and it works. I've gone and found the little dock where the thing is, and I went to the island. I haven't done anything. I just went there to make sure it worked, and it's so cool. It works like it's supposed to, and I can almost bet you that tomorrow or today for you guys, whenever that patch releases, it's going to break that. It's going to break it. So that is a big criticism that I have with Bethesda, with not just this game, but with other games in the past, like Skyrim, Fallout 3, and I guess even Obsidian with Fallout New Vegas. All right, so now that we've got the cons out of the way, it's time to end this video on more of a positive note. And I think it's really important to recognize this, especially with all these new players coming in, because I don't want you guys walking into this thinking, oh my God, I just bought this game, or I was thinking about buying this game. I'm afraid to buy it now because I wanted to mod it. I see all these memes and stuff, and now I can't mod it because all these mods are going to be broken. I want you to understand, Fallout has literally hundreds of hours of content on just the base game before you buy the Nuka-Cola expansion or Far Harbor. A lot of the mods that were pre-existing before this update were quality of life mods. But what I want to focus on, though, is that it's really, in my opinion, the biggest pro here is that it's finally time that Bethesda has stepped up and given the dedicated love to the Fallout IP that it deserves, specifically the community, by providing more content to them. Because the truth is, Fallout 3 was their first entry, and I'm very biased to Fallout 3. Now, from a gunplay dialogues, the way the story's written, New Vegas is a better game. But I think the world creation, like the nasty green filter aside that everybody always uses as their excuse of why they hate the visuals of Fallout 3, like that aside, I'm very biased to the world design of Fallout 3. I think Washington, D.C. is far more interesting. I think there was a lot of amazing world lore in that game, and I think that it's been overshadowed specifically by Fallout New Vegas because of like mechanic issues and performance issues, and not as many people get to play Fallout 3 because it's just broke. And I think Fallout 4 is a great game. The plot, the main core plot, I'll be the first to criticize it. It's not the best, but there's so much side content that has so much depth and level to it. I really think the makeshift weapon pack is going to be the big banger for me personally. I think it's adding a lot of new levels of creativity and design in just a vanilla experience that usually you have to rely on modders for. So I think that's awesome. And if these items were created by modders and were in like going to be in the creation club but were never released and they're now being released, either way, I'm very excited about them. They look really cool. And that, I think why I'm so excited about it is I have a high charisma, high intelligence, strength, power armor, heavy guns build. And so I'm super excited to try that mini nuke that shoots the piggy bank. Like that to me, I'm so excited for that. It's going to be like one of the first new weapons that I get or try to get my hands on. And then I think the other pro is like, even if it's only one quest line, the Enclave. The Enclave really created this weird divide in other Fallout games where you as the player, I mean, the Institute kind of did that, but then you meet a certain character and you're like, dude, you're a douchebag. And then you're just like, I already know what my choice is, even though the Brotherhood of Steel is really questionable and why you would side with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you played the game, you know, I don't have to really dive into talking about the plot. Like, you know. So I think the Enclave is going to bring, like, even though it may not be the full experience, they're going to be present. Because I've felt like, aside from Raiders and Brotherhood members, like something has been missing in Fallout 4. So if there are actual Enclave, like NPCs walking around and stuff, it's going to add more immersion to it. And that's never a bad thing. But that's pretty much my thoughts on it, guys. I'm always going to try to be positive when it comes to one of my favorite game series, especially if it's just giving me more things for free. I hope you guys are excited about it as well, especially if you're new to the franchise and coming into it now. It really is the perfect time. I have a lot of friends that have never played and they're getting into it, and I'm so excited. So if you're, getting into it as well, share kind of what you're looking forward to down below. Tell me what kind of character you're thinking about building. If you're coming back to it, tell me what you're most excited about. Tell me what platform you play on, all that good stuff. And lastly, don't forget, I might be live over on Twitch after you watch this video. So come over, hang out, let's talk Fallout, join my community Discord, all that stuff. It is linked down in the description below. And lastly, but certainly not least, if you want to further support this community and this channel, consider being a Patreon member. I try to recognize you guys every single video, post your details on the screen. You guys get access to a Power World server as well as exclusive content that releases there before any other platform. So yeah, that's the plug. But thank you guys so much. You guys have an amazing rest of your day and enjoy the Fallout update.